I'm not often disappointed with a game with solid mechanics, but that's exactly what happened to me with Lovecraft's Untold Stories 2. I've asked for the first game, which never came, and I was quite happy to have been given the second. It looked better than the first, but it ended up not hitting the same level, not even close. Since you are here, why not liking, commenting, or even better, subscribing to the channel for more indie game reviews? It's a massive help. Thank you a lot. With a graphical style that mixes Lovecraftian lore with a cartoonish art style, Lovecraft's Untold Stories 2 is a very beautiful game. This visual detail, both in the setting and the conception and design of enemies, is quickly replaced as we realize the impractical implications that this entails. Being a mix of an ARPG with roguelite, freedom and fluidity of movement are essential for a good gaming experience. Both of these features are not part of the repertoire of Lovecraft's Untold Stories 2, as the visual confusion causes our character to be recurrently stuck in the scenario, which led me to a certain point where I just looked where I was going and not at the enemies. And our character is also a bit limp when walking, which just decreases the perception of speed at we are going, and our perception of the possibility of passing through a certain space in the room. Even worse than that, the game is sparse in explaining what it wants. It even has the official guide on its internal forum on Steam. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this anywhere, and I hope I do not see it again. Worse than that, I've never understood what they meant by the fact that we could leave any run at any time to return to the base, carefully weighing the risk between exploration and death. Either something went wrong in my game, or returning to base only causes loss, as I never brought the items I had with me, and I lost consumables I spent, unlike what would happen if I died, since then, at least, I would not lose any of the consumables. Bugs and glitches are also on the menu. There is something for all tastes. I've waited some time before writing this review, since the dev seems active in trying to solve problems, but I still have the same ones since day one. I'll give you an example of a glitch. We can play with several characters, one of which gives us a mini teleport that works as a dash move. But this small teleportation effect made me sometimes end up inside the scenario or stuck in a point where there is nothing to be stuck in. I've also caught some bugs, and I will explain two of the most annoying ones. The most common is associated with the opening of gates that allow us to advance. Sometimes the gate, once open, remains behind the fence that does not allow us to move forward. Although there are multiple paths in each dungeon, if this is for a room with only one entrance, it is a lost run. Another moderately severe one appeared to me thanks to the stupid way missions is activated, without me choosing to do so, and sometimes not being able to change them for no apparent reason. At one point in a run, I've discovered an item that automatically activated a quest. However, I died before completing it. The mission remained active, but then without being able to change it. I followed the shortcuts until I reached the point of completion, but as I didn't have that item at that point, I was stuck in the quest. At that point I had to look for the same item again, but then without the quest indicators that helped me to find it still active. At this point you may have realized that I'm not going to do a full review of the game. I'm genuinely holding myself back from making this an even bigger complaints ghetto that it already is, because, believe me, I have a lot more complaints to add here. But it's not worth it. I didn't even mention the difficulty balance nor the misinformation given to the player here and there. Lovecraft's Untold Stories 2 is a massive waste of potential. There's still time to fix all its problems, but I doubt if the game will ever get rid of the fame it already achieved at this point. See you next time, guys. Bye!